Biodynamic agriculture. It is a form of alternative agriculture very similar to organic farming. It treats soil fertility, plant growth, and livestock care. Biodynamics has much in common with other organic approaches. It emphasizes the use of manures and composts and excludes the use of synthetic fertilizers on soil and plants. So, the good agricultural practices are the good agricultural practices in cultivation of medicinal plants. Cultivation includes following points: site selection, climate, soil, irrigation and drainage, plant maintenance and protection. So, in cultivation of medicinal plants requires intensive care and management. The conditions and the duration of cultivation required vary depending on the quality of medicinal plant materials required. If no data is available, then traditional methods should be followed and research to be done. Cultivation may be improved by appropriate rotation of plants selected according to environmental stability. Site selection. Medicinal plant materials derived from the same species can show significant differences in quality when cultivated at different stages owing to influence of the soil, climate and other factors. These differences may relate to physical appearance or to variations in their constituents. Risk of contamination as a result of population of the soil, air or water by hazardous chemicals should be avoided. The impact of past land uses on the cultivation site, including the planting of previous crops and any applications of plant protection products, should be evaluated. Climatic conditions, for example length of day, rainfall and field temperature, significantly influence the physical, chemical and biological qualities of medicinal plants. The duration of sunlight, average rainfall, average temperature including daytime and nighttime temperature differences also influence the physiological and biochemical activities of plants, and prior knowledge should be considered. Soil. The soil should contain appropriate amount of nutrients, organic matters and other elements to ensure optimal medicinal plant growth and quality. Optimal soil conditions including soil type, drainage, moisture retention, fertility and pH will be detected by the selected medicinal plant species and or target medicinal plant part. Irrigation and drainage system. Irrigation and drainage should be controlled and carried out in accordance with the needs of the individual medicinal plant species during its various stages of growth. Water used for irrigation purposes should comply with local, regional and non and or national quality standards. Care should be exercised to ensure that the plants under cultivation are neither over nor under watered. Plant maintenance and protection. The timely application of measures such as topping, bird napping, the timely application of measures such as topping, budding, nipping, pruning and shading may be used to control the growth of development of the plant, thereby improving the quality and quantity of the medicinal plant material being produced. Any agrochemicals used to promote the growth of or to protect medicinal plants should be kept to a minimum and applied only when no alternative measures are available. Integrated pest management should be followed where appropriate. When necessary, only approved pesticides and herbicides should be applied at the minimum effective level. Pest and pest management in medicinal plants. Pest is an undesired animal or plant which cause loss of cultivated plants. Different types of pest infecting medicinal plants as follows: fungi or viruses, insects, weeds, and non-insect pest. So, types of pest: fungi or viruses. Example: Ascotachus atropus causes formation of grayish white irregular spots which further cause necrosis of leaves. Insects such as flew, beetle, then flies, moth, then cutworms, grasshoppers, spiders, termites, etc. also produces significant loss of cultivated plants. Weeds is an undesired plant. It can produce loss of more than any other pests or diseases. They causes depletion and shortage of nutrients, water, light, space to cultivate plants. Example: pyrethrum, ragweed, varnish tree, etc. And last one is non-insect pests. In that, two are there, that is vertebrates and invertebrates. Vertebrates like monkey, rats, rabbits, birds, etc. And invertebrates are crabs, snails, meats, etc. Next, methods of pest control. There are four common methods, that is mechanical, agriculture, biological, and chemical method. So, mechanical method is employs manual labor along with different devices. Simple techniques used are hand picking, burning, and trapping of pests. Agriculture methods includes various methods as crop rotation, integrated weed management method, etc. Another aspect is a deep plug to eradicate weeds and early stage insects. Biological method, it includes combating of pest with other living organisms such as cats of for rats and squirrels, or birds or for insect, etc. Chemical method, by using chemical pesticides including rodenticides, insecticide, fungicides, and herbicides, and there are some examples mentioned over there. So these are the methods of pest control. Biopesticides or bioinsecticides obtained from natural sources like microorganisms, plants, animals, insects, etc. Advantages: they are non-toxic to plants as well as human. They are biodegradable. They are less expensive. They are eco-friendly and do not have effect on soil fertility. They are not safe to handle. They are safe to handle and use. Types of biopesticides: there are three types, that is microbial, biochemical, and plant pesticides. Microbial consist of microorganisms. Microbial pesticides can control different kinds of pests. Biochemical, naturally occurring chemical substances obtained from insects and animals. Plant pesticides, plant itself act as pesticides. Example: neem, tobacco, etc. Thank you.